Hey you guys, I got this amazing new deck that I love. But this is not focused for like normal readings at all. This is about helping you focus on self-awareness, like it says, soul truth, perfect, self-care, self-love, all of those things, the things that you need to do to work on yourself. So I wanted to use these, honestly, in an ideal world, I would use them to do pull a card every day for you guys, but I just don't have the time to do that. So I'm thinking I'm going to try and do it once or twice a week. And this is more. Normally I will do between 1 and 3 cards once and twice a week. And then you can focus on those like over, a few days until I do the next one. But this I pulled for what the collective needs to know going into the new year. And oh my gosh, I even complimented Spirit. I was like, Spirit, these cards are perfect. So let's get into them. I am going to post them on my blog as well and on my Instagram. And my Instagram automatically goes to Facebook also. And I also have Pinterest that I put. Have I been putting the readings on Pinterest? I don't think I have, but I probably should put the readings on Pinterest too. So anyway, okay, these are perfect, and they apply to yourself as well as your twin flame journey. Not all of them, but some of them they're mixed up. And then also something that's really important for everyone to understand is that the twin flame journey is not just about this relationship. It's also about your relationship with yourself. It's also about your authentic self coming out and no longer hiding behind society conditioning and templates. And hiding behind isn't really the right word because people don't necessarily do that. They just get conditioned to be that way. But the twin flame, journey is spirit opening you up and bringing out your authentic self and putting you through a spiritual awakening as well and building you into who you are meant to be. And when you get to that point is when you get to have your twin flame romantic relationship as well. Okay, so, and this deck is perfect for that. So whether we're going by these cards today or we're going by, the cards I'm going to pull regularly week to week, that's the focus that you need to take from this deck is what is it that I need to do to focus within in order to heal and become my authentic self and who I'm meant to be and be spiritually open and aware and be ready to be in this twin flame relationship. So all of these cards have a bold question on the front with an explanation and action on the back. Okay, I am going to post the pictures of front and back as well on my blog, like I said. Am I afraid to be seen? The world doesn't want you to hold back any longer. Time to shine your unique light on the world. You are made from love, and from love you are whole. There is no more hiding. There is no more shame. There is only truth. Live naked and free. Today's soul action. What parts of me do I hide so I can be socially accepted and fit in? Am I being authentic? Do I allow myself to be all of me? What do I need to feel so I can be safe to be seen? Journal your answers. Okay, so there's your first instructions, and it goes perfectly along with what I was just explaining to you. I'm looking real quick at the instructions of this deck because I know that she does say give some insight into how you should use the cards to help you. Okay, the creator of this deck says that her goal is for you to feel safe enough to explore all sides of yourself and release all judgment through this deck. Only grace lives here. You are not broken. You are whole and authentic. And there is a universal ache for more of your authenticity. And, that's like what I was saying. It's about doing that inner work on yourself. How to use this deck? It was designed to support you as you deepen your relationship with yourself. Let your intuition guide you. Well, I do that for you. So if I ever pull a card and it doesn't resonate with you, then it's not for you. I have so many followers and there's so many people in the collectives, plus, anyone else who just accidentally comes across. Spirit guides you to what you're meant to see. So if it resonates for you, great. If it doesn't, just move on. You don't have to try to force it to resonate. Okay, after you read the card, take some time to meditate on the question or journal your answer. Drop into your heart space and let your soul lead you so that you can find the insight you're searching for. Notice how the question plays out in your day and sparks more truth to the surface. And then integrate this new awareness into the soul action and your journaling. Okay? So, continuing on. Am I focused on what I want most? One reason so few of us achieve what we truly want is that we never direct our focus. We never concentrate our power. Most people dabble their way through life, never deciding to master anything in particular. Today's soul action is what you focus on grows. Today, ask yourself, is my life a reflection of my values or do I need to make adjustments? Prioritize. Let me say, okay, so this first card, this is all about stepping into your authentic self, just like I talked about in the beginning, and how that's connected to the twin flame journey. This card, what am I focused on what I want most? This is about how many times, okay, I don't know how many of you have gotten readings, but how many times with my clients have you gotten a reading that Spirit is telling you that there's something that you need to work on in your life to make your life stable or more whole or whatever it is. That's what this is about, okay? Next, when was the last time I danced freely? Dance, because it will shift you into a beautiful state, because it will get you out of your head and into your body and heart, because fear lives in the head along with anxiety, control, guilt, frustration, and impatience. And in just a few minutes of dancing, you will make the shift. You will feel a charge of joy and confidence take over, and you will feel a soul reminder to live and lead from your heart. Dancing is a tool to ground us in the now. It triggers happiness, and it is the gateway to freedom. To become free, dance. Today's soul action, dance for 3 minutes to your favorite song. Notice the inward fire grow within and the feeling you feel being you. You are a wild, loving force. Express it with dance today. Oh my gosh. I got all the feels from this because I'm a dancer. I grew up dancing and then I became a dance teacher and a choreographer, and I do that on the side still as well, although not as much as I used to. So for one thing, this made me go, now I understand why I was a dancer my whole entire life. But I also really connect with it because oh my gosh, excuse me. I don't know what I just swallowed. That was weird. Anyway, this year, 2020, gave me the gift of time, at the same time as not, actually. But there was a period in time where I did have a little extra time, and I was focusing on taking better care of myself. And I started making a better routine for myself, incorporating movement, but spiritual movement, not just any old exercise. Like, yeah, sometimes I exercise and I do it to exercise, but now I'm incorporating movement in a spiritual way so that it's not just exercise, it's also awakening me more. And that could be spiritually, it could just be connecting to spirits. Like, that is something that I have learned, that just like this card is saying, movement, dance, it shifts you out of your headspace and into your intuitive space and into your heart space. And it makes a difference much more than you would think. And I didn't really realize that as much until recently. I even had a mentor tell us, part of your routine should be movement. And I understand that so much better now. And I have, besides the normal exercise stuff, being a dancer, I use different types of dance or similar activities as my workout. But now I've incorporated like Tai Chi and Qigong and these other Eastern practices that are very spiritual oriented as well. So these are all excellent ideas for ways that you can incorporate movement into your life that is also going to spiritually help you shift into more of that awakened, connected space. What can I burn? Burn it. Burn it all. The ugly lies, the pain, the shame, the criticism, the images that run through your head, the reminders of what you did wrong, and the proof that you are not enough. Burn, baby, burn. Your soul is calling. It's time for a rebirth. You are like the phoenix rising from the ashes, no longer attached to the past. You are free. Your wings are ready. Use them. Today's soul action, make the choice that you will no longer let the past define you. Pick up your pen. What will your next chapter look like? Now, I've got to say this, what can I burn, made me think of the blog post that I posted tonight. I posted it late. I wanted to do it before midnight, but it didn't even come to me until earlier today, and then I got sidetracked with a few different things, and then I got to see my DM, so then that post did not come out until after midnight. But you can still go to that post. It's 12 rituals to start the new year right, and burning a list of things you're ready to release is one of them. And anything on that list, you can still do it. It doesn't have to be before midnight. You can do it January 1st. It's like practically the same thing. It's getting a fresh start to the new year. And there were some, some of it I came up with on my own, and some of it I found when exploring online for more ideas. I was trying to find the ideas that I thought were the best to include. So there was a really amazing idea that I found on there. It's the very first one on the list about a dream jar. Okay, I'm totally going off topic, but the dream jar, I'm doing that tomorrow because it's an excellent idea. I highly recommend it. But yeah, I was gonna say that this first made me think of that. So and that is an excellent idea. Like this is about that internal work and healing those inner wounds. And those inner wounds are all wrapped around, just like it says there, pain, shame, criticism, all of those things. So that ritual about burning and releasing that stuff, that's definitely a great idea. And then this is like the extension of that. Do that and then come here and start writing what your next chapter will look like. And it doesn't have to be exact and specific. It can just be enough to inspire you to take action, inspire you to set goals, and then baby step those goals out so that you can start achieving them. And the biggest, that's really important. That's a really important piece to the puzzle, because when your goals are too broad, you don't know where to start. And so then you don't start because you're basically too overwhelmed. Honestly, that's like me this week. I have so much stuff on my to-do list that I look at it and I'm like, I don't know where to start. So let me just play this game instead. Yeah, I have so much time for that. It was also a distraction from triggers, just that too. The end of the year is always hard for twins. But anyway, so set a goal and then break it down into steps, and then give yourself deadlines for those steps. And the deadlines don't have to be, you give up if you don't do it. They can be flexible, but the point is that's how you work towards those goals and those bigger dreams. You have to break it down and work on the baby steps. Okay. What do I believe about money? Do my beliefs match my dreams? How does your relationship with money affect your current situation? Do you believe you are worthy? Do you believe you are capable? Do you trust money? Does money trust you? Money is an energy. It ebbs and flows. You are worthy of it, and it's your responsibility to heal your relationship with money as part of your waking up to the whole of you and your purpose. Today's soul action is take a deep dive in your belief system around money. Are there any beliefs you need to upgrade to create the results you are wanting most in your life? Write out your money story. Is it time for a sacred shift? What will your next chapter be? Fill in the blank. I am grateful to money because... Now, I think that this is something that probably many people can benefit from. I can benefit from it myself. And I thought it was funny that this came up because it's, like I said, something that affects a lot of people, and you don't even really realize it. But when I was writing that blog post today, money is actually something that came up. There is a prosperity ritual, but that wasn't when it came up. It came up with the gratitude. And I had actually seen on a webinar about energy medicine, she was actually talking about food. So I'm going to pause and tell you this story real quick. Donna Eden teaches energy medicine, and it's amazing. Like the videos I've seen, I'm floored. I have a kit so that I can learn, and I want to add it to my modalities and keep learning more and more and more about it. But in this webinar, she explained how she had this homeless man coming to her, I can't think of the right word. It's not webinar, but it's like the in-person version of a webinar. But not a lecture, but maybe I guess it's kind of a lecture, but it's not at a college. Like when you, workshops. Who's going to her workshops that I guess it must have been in the same city because I don't think he could travel. But he was going to her workshops, and she'd see him in the back, and she eventually at some point went over to talk to him to see, if she could help him because it was obvious that he was homeless. And she basically asked him a bunch of questions about his life, try to figure out ways to brainstorm to like help him improve his life. And one of the things that came up was about food, and his food options were very limited. And he was not able to get healthier choices. So she said to him, gratitude and blessings are an amazing thing. They really work miracles in your life. It doesn't matter what you're eating. Take the time to bless it before you eat, and to thank God for providing you with this meal, and ask God to use it to revitalize you, to make you healthy, to make you whole. I mean, pick your words how you want to. I feel like I can't think of the exact right thing, but you understand what I'm saying. And some time passed, and she saw him again, and he looked amazing, so much better, like so much healthier. And she went and she talked to him and asked him what had changed. Nothing had changed except that he had started blessing his food, and that simple thing had made such a difference in his health and in his wellness. And he was eating the same foods. He was just blessing them first, and he was praying and asking God for that blessing and expressing the gratitude over it. So that blew me away, to be honest. And that was one example of many from her webinars that I've seen of how powerful energy medicine is. And when I was writing this blog post and I was talking about gratitude, and I mentioned about blessing food, and it came to me, bless your money. Before you spend it, bless it, and express your gratitude for the fact that you have it at all, that you have it and you're able to spend it. And that right there in and of itself should help multiply your blessings with money. And when it hit me, I was like, oh my God, how have I not thought of this sooner? But trust me, like I just know that is going to be a breakthrough for people. Okay. So I'm going to move on, but yeah, take from this what you need for yourself. Okay. Not everybody has money issues, but if you do, this is a good card to focus on. How can I be more flexible right now? What are you trying to control? Maybe it's time to let go. Let love move through you today and trust the outcome will be for your highest good. Today's soul action is remind yourself all day long that you are safe, that life is happening for you, and that you are not alone. Then do some yoga. Speaking of movement. So this can apply in so many different ways, and it really is very applicable to the twin flame journey. Like you really are forced to be flexible and to let go and allow things to unfold. So here you go. This is direct application. On whom am I placing blame right now? I didn't even read the other side of the card earlier, and I was like, oh, this is perfect for twin flames. Because that runner phase is toxic. A person who blames others has not begun their lesson. A person who blames themselves has begun their lesson. A person who blames no one has finished their lesson. And that's even more profound than I was expecting. Today's soul action. Take responsibility. On whom are you placing blame right now? Today, free yourself by releasing all victimhood, blame, and resistance. They don't belong where you are going. Only love and courage live there. Make a choice to do it, even if you don't feel ready. Listen to your heart. You will be led. Wow, this speaks to me a lot too. And I can tell you that that's something that I have learned and experienced on my journey, to stop blaming my DM for things, to stop blaming myself for things. And honestly, let's look at unconditional love. Like, that's what the twin flame journey is about, unconditional love. And there's no room for blaming with that. You don't hold grudges. You forgive. You might be mad about different things for brief periods of time, but you release that and you forgive. So there's no room for blame. So this is integral, critical, I don't know, pick a word, for learning how to unconditionally love your twin. And, honestly, a lot of the times the stuff that you guys go through together will teach you that, just for the fact that you can be so freaking mad at them and they can be acting so toxic or running or whatever, but you can't help it. You just love them so much, and you can't help forgiving them. And then you've learned unconditional love. Am I focused on what I am losing or gaining? Whoops. Are you going through some change? Are you scared to let go because of what you might lose? What if you shifted your focus from what you might lose to what you might gain? Endings are actually new beginnings. Today's soul action. Today, make a list of all the things you will gain from the change you are going through. Feel your heart, take a breath, and deepen into trust. Amazing things are coming. This could apply in so many different ways with the twin flame journey, and I see so many, the losing versus gaining thing is just an internal process that you go through anyway. And then the endings and beginnings and all that stuff, there's so many twins who try and say that, their journey's over, they're moving on. And I say, yeah, for now, until, it's time for you to come back together. It's all about how you look at things. So that's an important lesson to learn. What expectations do I have that are impossible to meet? Honestly, this already makes me think of unconditional love. The expectations we have are mostly delusional and impossible to meet. We then experience disappointment with ourselves or with a relationship when they are not met. It's time to dissolve your expectations and replace them with gratitude. Today's soul action, be grateful. You are being summoned to more peace. Peace is home for our soul, and it is accompanied by trust. It comes when you surrender and focus only on what you can control. If you expect nothing and are grateful for everything, you will experience extreme fulfillment. Also, another very great and valuable lesson that takes time to integrate into your life. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed these cards. I am going to post the regular, like I said, once or twice a week with these. I do want everything that I do to be integrated throughout all of my platforms. So I am going to try and do, a vlog and a post and a blog and everything. So even if it's like a 5-minute video for one of these, we can talk about it. Look, I had really enjoyed talking about these with you instead of just posting it. Like, I get a lot more out of the videos, and I hope that you do too. I think I combined words there. Because honestly, spirit channels through me as I speak, and I don't even realize it. So, and it can be hard to write a lot on the blog posts. And then it gets confusing because WordPress is giving me all these SEO stuff that I'm like, I don't know how to do this. I just want to post what I'm trying to say. And then it ends up not being exactly how I want it. So the videos I actually think are more authentic. So like I said, whether it's a 5-minute video or whatever, with these, I could even just post the pictures. But yeah, check them out. I think that it will really help you guys. So look for them week to week, and I will try really hard to stay on top of it also. That it's my goal to put this first, and not allow other stuff to get in the way. So Happy New Year, you guys. I hope that everyone had a good one. Mine was I'm like not wanting to say great because I'm not reunited with my twin yet, but we're in that path. We're in like the divine union under construction phase. There's just some life stuff that still needs to be worked out. But our interaction is good. So, and I did get to see him, so that made me happy. And I got some other good news as well, connected to my spiritual awakening journey and process. So that made me happy. So yeah, it was a good day. And now I am going to, let's see, it is 5:20 a.m. and I should be going to sleep, but I'm hungry and I'm trying to be productive, and that means I'm not going to go to sleep yet. So I'm going to get like a couple hours nap in a little bit, and then I'm going to bring my twin lunch. My schedule is so crazy right now, you guys. Like sometimes I sleep forever and sometimes I sleep for barely at all. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Highly recommend. Oh my gosh, I can't. There we go. Highly recommend this deck for anyone who wants it for themselves or for any other readers, and I will talk to you guys more soon. I'm doing a collective reading to start off the new year, so I'm posting that either tomorrow or the day after.